Eleanor knew Blackwell estate to us wrong from themament chest epid inside. The air felt to live, pressing ga against their chest with an unseen weight that floorboards groan like bones remembering pain. A faint light flickered a themed off a long hallway, shapeless and cold, as if the housey itself was breathing around her, adjusting to her presence with predatory patience. That portrait's lining Thul's howd faces with smeared eyes. All till Tedaward herdish pete being painted a days ago, their half. Open mouth submit to lip move whenever she looked away. Eleanor froze as something soft and wet dripped on a thebecco furneck. She whirled around, but there was nothing behind her except a wall that seemed closer than each shoot hopping. And the air buzzed with a shaking whisper. Don't go deeper. Shiner read it. Next come in a third drip. This unatasted like chemical. Her flashlight flickered violent lie as he approached it as air swallowed in shadow. Each step downward felt like entering Thethroat of a beast waiting patient license Sethi house was born. Eleanor felt a vibration under her boots, steady and rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat buried deep beneath the foundations. The then beaten sin seeth Blackwell family disappeared without a trace. Something moved in the cornero fair eye, a shape, crouched and long-limbed. But when face direct lie the ruisin lime teda stand peeling walls cratching at themselves in thestillness. Another whisper rose. Come back, that every own woeful lows me in Teverleaf. Cherubid harem saw against the stinging cold, but the chill come deep, from within th house, from within Thier, from within herself. The basement door creaked to Pinby itself, slowly and deliberately, like someone in theater suis dragging Thier fingertips over the wood with agonizing care. Eleanor lifted her light. Its beam bent tunnaturally, curved left, as if the space is warped be an unseen force pressing Thul's closer. The staircase beneath her sagged dangerous libyadeld, each step feeling like height could collapsing swallow her whole. Along the damp brick walls crawl deep gouges, claw-like to perfect lipid turned to be made by an animal. The four metero symbols, recurring, seething, shifting whenever her gaze unfocused. Something cold brush at Herinkle, shoe and Ted to Luke, but whisper Kami gain, don't touch them, they remember ya. A theshido eden dofterum satasher, tall, wooden, wrongly shaped, and it cementing forward as he approached, like he ping a flight pulling her closer. Eleanor stopped head breathing for 6 seconds before a year but a forced air backing. Her chest ashed under unseen pressure, as if the basement tight self was waiting for her to draw closer. Thecker's legs shifted slightly on the concrete floor, making a sickening Woodinmo and Thestains and Theorem rests were in paint. They were reeled, baked into the material beat screams. A voice behind her exhaled. Once thee sitten, thee never stand again. Eleanor didn't look up. Shek knew if she was behind her, Shemik not move again. She backed away toward the stairs, but them broke themselves apart, rotting instant lies if a century yoftikislanidin min thebling kofani. Her escape crumbled into dust, and the single door sold shut with a thundering hit. Eleanor felt gravity shift. The wall stretched, breathed engine and still alive breathing out. The chair scraped forward an inch, then another, driving by invisible force. Thu whispers multiplied, layering upon layer like 100 soft mouths pressing against the rears. Sit. Sit. Luke what will we become? She lifted da fingerprint off dust from full. And a shell weared her hand. Thepprint was gone. Replaced be asher fresh scratch matching theathers. A black line abug in tosi ep from the siling. Thick and moving like a aliquid shadow. It repeat in chunks, rising whenever it should the basement floor, forming thin limbs that should as if taking their first breath. The thing in chet toward her, fingertips hovering with anticipation. Eleanor stumbled backward, hence against wall. Thebert Beckham warm, then hot, thin to much like flesh. Shedger ket away, but thwall pulstance, alive. Welcoming her with thashutter, the chair twisted slightly toward her again. A final whisper brush at her temple. I find sit. You want leave hole. Shed so within. Another door behind the chair. Half-bull tinteth wall, small and crooked and breathing steam. Eleanor focused in it. Ignoring through a foot step pressure is approaching from multiple angles. The chair lunged forward a little faster this time. Legs grinding the floor like bonus dragged over stone. Something laughed softly. A thin yen slid from under that chair, clenching the ground with spider-like hainted. She forced herself toward the door, each step fighting gravity pulling her toward the chair, as long as Eleanor kept moving. The voices grew and greer. You belong here, y-u-e-l-l-b-l-o-n-g-h-e-r-e. Her hand closed around the rusted handle, and the crooked doors naped a pin with avio and psyof escaping gear, revealing Gonora passage curling downward into impossible blackness. Theshidos inside weren't still. They quivered like breathing lungs, Eleanor didn't care. Sure jumped through as the shadow hands grabbed for her heels, slamming the door behind der with a force fueled by pure terror. The screeching forms thrust against the door, rattle and jit like predators to need a feast. That passage smelled of dampiran and cold soil, and the floor was slightly warm, beating slowly, like a pulse beneath their feet. Far below, feet in an opened into allo chamber light, flickering blue flame as tat dinsa were butin toward themselves, a sucking in the dark around them. Eleanor felt watch head by more than eyes. Sheffield studied, measured, Thule swore a scratch marks again, but these formed a path. Warnings, please, orders, shedded no. A shadow stoodeth their end, a figure movement not shape. Ikish to read to something on theft. A leather journal, darkened by a jam nail, beautit opened by itself. Thepages flipping toes mirror think thought for me to word. Run. The ground shook, violently. Every flame collapse singeing words and dread turning gas our fist. That shadow figure dissolved like Yish and the floor peen beneath Eleanor, swallowing here into a vertical drop. She crashed in toe cold stone floor below, where the sound off games dragged a circle on her to but tether be no canes in sight. Thina roar came. Not animal, not machine, but pin and dungren to tech combined. The shadows gather and formed a human-like shape. The voice from the basement chair turned in hundreds. I feel servive, you rema. Eleanor Chernan dranthra and archid opinion, hallucinating from the thickness of her ert hat burned in hurlings. The corridor twisted itself, turning gry twinch the adolf tan stretching longer why the verse deepest sif the inj itself around her. She's in tall figures breast into alcoves. Their faces covered by cloth. Head stilted char plies sif the strings off their necks and correct them hanging jimmidair. Anna reached out to her, not with a hand but with the full dofit's cloth mask stretching open like a mouth. She jucked beneath a tan dran without looking back. At the corridor send ways a lotter leading upward in toe-ite light. A themamin telling or touchedite metal rungs. The house howled. El Lamone, from walls, floors, ceilings, everywhere. And Feliter jerked violently, trying to fling her back down. She clung to theckle drungs, muscles burning, heart thrashing against their ribs. Ashido climbed after her, moving like full dead paper run folding in armpit shiver. Shivers through roof had shintoatic led with Ialada stand shaking grafters. The shadow stopped hitting the opening, whispering, Yuri in its braino. The attic shifted under her feet. The floor been dingus if supported breathing membrane wicrosin fell rhythmically. Eleanor stumbled forward. The air flew loaf sweet trot like flower sulf too deep in water. Athenaris dusty window. Sheglimp said the outside. Thefik seemed higher, as if the spirits within rose along with her, above a the massive wooden beams. She's a mental cronket to cheto aristocane leading down through a gap in the floor. A faint cry rose, a child's cry, and her blood froze. She spun around, and the crickinin from beneath the attic boards. She follow a did a theg up with the chain home. The crank turned by small increments, not by physics but be Hansen seen. Thekri became a whisper. Help me, Beferitos. Eleanor grip head thin. It shot burning pin into her palms but lift head slowly. Theflor shivered. The house groaned. Then from the gap, Ashriva led and grabbed at the addis edge, pulling Galongod herd figure with twisting limbs and a hollow face. It gasped. Don't let it pull back. Thina Nother forcing ked from below. Eleanor pulled with desperation. The figure is slight but the recess stands below was monstrous. And the chain creaked with a grief thought fell to live. The shadow sat the stairwell rose rapidly, merging Jintin form with Tamain arms, all reaching for the escaping figure. Eleanor fought them, their hands phasing through it Heshe for but like he's burning Ginto Hiragans. Fetchled like Hefigure Creed. It feeds on fear, don't stop. Sharor Dan swung hair weight backward. Thechin snap head free. Theshadao screamed. Thesh shape fell into the attic floor, collapsing Jinto Eleanor's arms. Light burst from itchest, bright and sickeningly warm. Shining through it has shadows tat shrank back from it. The figure looped through with hollow ice overflowing tears. You took me out, but no bada jets out. It's bada be gone to peelin' toe flake so flight. The tickmoant, every board curling upward. Eleanor Nawatwash happening. The house is closing around her, a sufflestra peeling gufter an open wound. Large cracks spread over the attic walls, forming twisting veins that pumped with dark fluid. The sound doffed how since footsteps grew in volume. Coming from every direction, then shed in to feel own heartbeat in more. Sheffled the house shirt beat inside her chest. Echo and gin haribs, instincto with herber breath. Yuri part of it no. The voice sanjin hundreds. Theshadows resi again. Now shaped like humans, but not moving like humans. Their joints been strong. their head shelled deep by string-like frames. Eleanor fled to Thwindo. She struck it with a coir leg found in the shadows, but the glass refused to crack. Instead it movedlically, absorbing blau on dread turning toits hap. She backed away as the shadow figures approached Anaro, arms outstretched not malicious lie really. The floor softened under her feet, turning warm, sinking like meat. She felt it almost pooling her to the floorboards below. The house wanted here a fixed piece Saint here pattern, ano thurfacine wall. She ran for the hatch. The ladder was gone, replaced by Ablin drope in toward our narrow depths. She looked around frantically forth an exit, but Thules began closing inward, pressing fear out, curlin gintospirales like fingers seizing her mind. The voice esmerjet in tune, deeper and daughter than anything mon. We've waited a long time for an thought, didn't you understand the first warning? You came, you entered, our snow. Eleanor felt shadows coiling around her ankles. The floor finally gave way, swallowing her into a black chamber light being lit her heartbeats throb lighting the shadows. Theshapi off the house. The true creature beneath it in stone. Rose before her, Annie of darkness folding go pen like he and twined. Sit, its voice commanded. The voicey off the chair, the walls, the basement, the child, the portraits, every year. She refused. She closed her eyes and screamed not in fear but defiance. And then her heartbeat stopped. The house fell absolute isolate. Then, slowly, the cherubus amonts it forward. A sif welcoming in occupant, and the portrait synth the hallway changed. Each face quiet la arranged in hers.